Hey guys, this is Miles from Swiss Crypto Podcast, and in this video I'm going to talk about universities investing into cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to click the subscription button and click the bell to get notified. I try to upload at least once a week and bring some well-researched content right to you. So in the last years, we saw a rise in courses about blockchain and cryptocurrencies at universities. And those courses are very popular. I actually tried to get into one last semester, but it was already sold out way before the end date. That there's a lot of demand for those courses also shows a study made by Coinbase in 2018, which showed that 42% of the world's top 50 universities offer at least one cryptocurrency and blockchain course. And in an interview with Forbes, Associate Professor of Computer Science Emin Gün Sirer told them, usually when you have 5 to a dozen students in such a class, you're teaching a popular class. But when the professor showed up on the first day to teach, he was shocked as 88 students were waiting. It was pretty interesting to see that level of interest, he added. And that's just for the part of the demand from students. To show you guys what interest that universities as institutions bring to the cryptocurrency space, I want to talk a little bit about some specific universities in the US. Because most universities in Central Europe are just institutes for education. They are usually just houses or, well, a big block and that's it, nothing spectacular. And you don't often hear of them doing big investments, especially in Central Europe. They only talk about their research funds. In the United States, however, big universities are highly into investments, and that's why you see universities looking like little castles and stuff like that, not like in Europe where it's just a normal house or a normal block. And a lot of US universities have already made the step into investing into blockchain and especially crypto. Sirer says the investment arm of universities is typically entirely independent of its scholastic mission. What we have here is an organic decision by the money people that this area is lucrative and has staying power. He also adds, there is no greater show of support for an emerging area than what we are seeing here. All else will follow from the people voting with their money. I'm excited to see universities beginning to understand the importance of this new area and hope that they will follow up with greater numbers of courses and interdisciplinary programs on blockchain technologies. So as you can see, we not only have the demand from students, but we also have interest shown by several universities that want to get into the cryptocurrency space. And as Professor Sirer tells us, this really is a big and important sign, especially to our community, and it just gives us a big support in my opinion, and it just supports every argument that this is something that will last and that it's something that will be here for the next few centuries. So for now, I've been talking about universities getting into crypto and blockchain and them offering cryptocurrency courses, but there are also universities investing in crypto funds, and those are especially the US universities I've already talked about. I just want to name some numbers so you can see how big of an impact those US universities are making for the cryptocurrency space. To begin with, we have the Harvard University, which is the wealthiest university in the world with $36 billion endowment, and they have an annual research budget of $1 billion that they can use for different research products. Then we have the Stanford University with an endowment of $25 billion, the MIT with an endowment of $15 billion, the Michigan University with an endowment of $12 billion, the University of North Carolina with an endowment of $3 billion, and the University of Yale with an endowment of $27 billion and an annual research budget of $881 million. So you guys can see there's a lot of money waiting there and a lot of money being invested into research and progress. And some of this money has been invested into cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency funds in the last few months, in the last year. So how do those universities invest into cryptocurrencies? Well, there are practically two ways. They either invest into funds which directly hold crypto, or they invest into funds which invest in companies that develop cryptocurrencies. There are no specific statements from universities that they state they will put money into funds that directly hold crypto, and in my opinion, it just makes more sense for universities to invest in funds which invest in companies that develop cryptocurrencies, just to bring technology forward for them also. So they are doing their part in providing money for those companies that work on cryptocurrency, and of course they get a very, very big return for that. So let's have a look at some projects that were lucky enough to get money from US universities. First of all, we have Unit E, which is a globally scalable decentralized payment network. It is funded by MIT, the Stanford Research Institute, and also by Pantera Capital, which is also a very big player in the investment sector. And I will definitely do a separate video about Unit E because I think this project is a very important one, especially because it is supported by very big names like the MIT or the Stanford Research Institute. Another one is the Paradigm Fund. The Paradigm Fund is a $400 million fund, and we had word of the University of Yale that has gotten invested into this Paradigm Fund. Last but not least, for my knowledge, we have the A16Z Crypto Fund by Andreessen Horowitz, which focuses on investing in cryptocurrency related technology companies at different stages. Like I told you before, those universities are investing into funds that support technology companies that are doing research on cryptocurrency and blockchain. And we've heard from University of Michigan and also from the University of Yale that they've invested into the A16Z Crypto Fund. So a lot of big movements that have been made, and I'm pretty sure a lot of big movements are still coming to the cryptocurrency space. I hope I could show you guys how much of an opportunity those US universities are for the cryptocurrency space, for the development of cryptocurrencies and also blockchain. I hope you found it interesting. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.